segment is sponsored by the Virginia 529 College Savings Plan.
By saving early and often, your child's education is critical as the cost of college continues to increase across the country. Scott Ridgely of Virginia 529 College Savings Plan is joining us with advice on getting a jump start on those future tuition costs. It starts today, Scott.
Today's the day. It's actually our 20th year of opening our prepaid program, so it's always nice. Feels like we talk about it every year. That's because it has come up every year for the last 20 years. But it's a great opportunity to get you started on saving for your kids' future right around this holiday time frame.
Yeah, this was almost a figurative it starts today because now's the best time to get it going, but it opens today. You have 4 ways to save, but the one opens today.
That's right. Prepaid was our first program, started back in 1996, and that's what most families still think of when they think of Virginia 529, but we're always trying to highlight that there are 4 programs. If you can't afford what prepaid is, which is prepaying tuition at Virginia public universities, there's still 3 other options for you that allows you to save as much or as little as you want whenever you have that free income or free money on the side to set aside. But Virginia 529 prepaid, like you said, today is the first day. It's a limited enrollment period every year. It goes from December 1st through March 31st, and that's your only time to lock in this year's prices for future tuition at Virginia public universities.
And that's pretty wild when you think about that. Locking in today what 18 years down the road is surely going to be much more expensive.
It's pretty daunting for a lot of families sometimes when you think about you got a newborn at home, 2-year-old, and you hear what college costs today. Think about 18 years from now, extrapolate out that cost and see how much it's rising now. And it's really scary for a lot of families. So what this does is provide peace of mind. And we talked to a lot of families last year, and that's the one thing they kept coming back to is they really liked how prepaid allowed them to just relax a little bit more. And they knew that they had one thing taken care of. And sure, you still got to get them through their high school years and deal with all the teen angst that you normally have, but college tuition is taken care of. Yeah. And so we really like to remind families all the time that this is a great opportunity for you to put those kids on the right path and just take care of one thing that you don't have to worry about in the future.
Scott, you have a team at Virginia 529 that works with everybody who calls in or comes in or starts researching to make this happen.
It's not as easy of a process as people think it is sometimes, and that's why we try to make it as easy as possible for them. You can walk into our office. We're located here in Richmond, and we have walk-in hours every day, Monday through Friday, where you can come in and have somebody sit down and walk you through that process. So if you have a hard time making a decision or understanding what's right for you, we can't tell you what to pick, but we can certainly make that process a little bit easier for you. And if you can't come into our offices, then we have a great customer service staff every day that's available to take your phone calls.
And like you've said, it doesn't have to be all or nothing because there are many ways to do different savings.
Absolutely. If prepaid doesn't work for you, then we have those other 3 programs that offer you a good opportunity to get started. And we remind folks, it's not just the start of prepaid, but now that we're into December, it's a good time to get your year-end tax deduction in. So Virginia offers up to a $4,000 state tax deduction each year, so it's a great way for you you're going to give a gift to somebody else of an education, but you give yourself a nice state tax break when it comes time to tax season next year.
And that's a great way to think about it too, because it's strategic for your financial planning in many ways.
That's right. It just gives you a lot of opportunities to think beyond just what that opening the account will do for the person, but what can do for you. It's a great way for families to think about distributing some wealth maybe from grandparents as they get a little bit older in life. It's just a good opportunity for people to provide a gift of an education instead of maybe another toy this upcoming holiday season.
And speaking of that, we were just talking about how those are pricey and they don't get any less expensive either. So it's a great way to reframe the thinking when maybe if you're fortunate enough to have families saying, well, what would they like for the holidays?
Mm-hmm. So toys kind of go away after a couple of years and kids get older and that stuffed animal collects some dust. But if you put a little bit aside, and it doesn't have to be the $1,000 contract for Virginia 529 prepaid, it can be $50, it can be $100, and over the course of 10, 15 years, that really can grow, and it allows that gift to last much longer than it would have otherwise for a tangible item. So we just encourage folks to think about that as another accessory piece under the Christmas tree maybe this year.
Yeah, it really does. And you can wrap something up
Absolutely.
To open.
Yeah, we have gift certificates that you can put with a nice little stuffed animal. So a stuffed animal lasts for a little while, but something that can be on the path to putting them to college later on is really going to benefit them in the long run.
That's right. It's a lot to think about for 18 years down the line,
it is.
But it's going to be a lot more when you're 18 years down the line. And
just get started.
That's right.
It's scary, and the little bit you can do now will really benefit you in the long run.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it. We're going to share some information. Start saving for your child's college education today. Learn all you need to know about Virginia 529 College Savings Plan by calling 1-888-567-0540, or you can visit the website online, Virginia529.com, and you can also stop in for more information. They've got a great team there ready to help you.